and gentlemen, my name is RazerXP, and I am a Magical Musketeer guy. So I bring back a deck that I used 3 times on my older Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Annoying Aria. I can't say the middle word because YouTube doesn't like words like that, so we'll just call it the Annoying Aria deck. Now I bet you're wondering, why didn't you go directly into the duels instead of doing a deck profile? Well, I wanted to do the deck profile at the beginning here, and I'll try to keep it as short as I possibly can. But I will put timestamps down below in the description if you want to skip directly to the duels. Because there's some odd choices there's some card choices in this deck that you might think are odd, but it actually makes sense. So first and foremost, why did I bring back this deck? Well, it's because of this card right here. Bloom, Harmonious, the Melodius Composer. So this card was not around when on my Yu-Gi-Oh, my RazerXP Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I'm gonna go ahead and read it real quick, just in case you guys don't know what it does. 2 fairy monsters. This card is Link Summon. You can discard 1 card, special summon 2 Melodius monsters with different levels from your deck to your zones this card points to in defense position. You cannot special summon monsters a turn you activate this effect except Melodius monsters. You can only use this effect to Bloom Harmonious the Melodius Composer once per turn. If a Melodius monster this card points to attacks your opponent, cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. So if you look here, this is the good effect here. Discard 1 card, special summon 2 Melodius monsters with different levels from your deck to his on this card points to. So that means you can use this effect and you can special summon Aria and you can special summon Elegy. Now you may be wondering, like, what does that do? Well, it makes it where your Melodius Divas cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and they also can't be targeted as well. So your opponent will not be able to, because when you use this effect you're going to special summon Aria and Elegy. Obviously that's the 2 you always special summon. There's no point to use this effect to special summon any other Melodius Divas except for Aria and Elegy. That's the only 2 you want to special summon. Now there is a problem, right? So you special summon them in defense, right? And then you just like stall until your opponent decks out or surrenders or whatever. That's what's going to happen. Your opponent's either going to surrender or they're going to deck out. That's how you win. I've also got Needleworm in here and Book of Tayu to flip the Needleworm face up. Because here's the thing, if you set a Needleworm is just going to die, you're not going to be able to get its effect. So you're going to need the book, unfortunately, to put your Needleworm face up. So I do run the book for that reason, to help deck out my opponent. Now you can make an aggressive Diva deck as well, but they're not really that aggressive, honestly, unless you get out multiple of these and multiple Elegies. Then they can get pretty strong and they can beat over a lot of things. So I think it's better just to stall. Like, keep Aria and Elegy in defense mode and just stall, like I do in the duels. And then if you ever see an opportunity, then you can go for the offense. But I would keep your guys in defense, honestly. And that's where this card comes in, is a kind of a problem, because when you summon her, she'll be in attack mode because Link monsters can't go to defense, so they're automatically in attack. So you need to get her off the field as soon as possible after you use her effect. So you want to use her effect and then tribute her off the field. We got a bunch of cards in here to tribute. Enemy controller, you can tribute her and then take control of your opponent's monster. Ballista Squad, you can tribute her and then destroy a card on your opponent's field. Or you can tribute her with Horn of Heaven when your opponent summons. That's how you get her off the field. Once she's off the field, you'll be left with Aria and Elegy. And your opponent will not be able to deal with them unless they have kaijus, piercing damage, piercing battle damage. And there's some other stuff as well. Like skill drain. Skill drain would wreck this deck. I actually got wrecked by a player that used skill drain against me. So skill drain's a problem, but other than skill drain, there's not really a whole lot of outs to the lock that most people run. So a lot of people don't have outs to this. Borreload is an out, but I haven't really been seeing Borreload in Master Duel. So I don't know if people even run Borreload. I'm sure they do, but the people at my rank don't really run it. I haven't been climbing ranks because I've been using these like non-meta decks. So I don't usually rank too much. But yeah, the Aria lock is back. Annoying Aria is back. And this is a totally different version because I never had access to this card when I played before, like I said earlier. You don't need 2 copies of her either, I don't think. You only need really 1. I've only used her. I only needed 1 copy of her, so I just have 2. I opened her in packs. Ostinato is really good too because it allows you to go into this, and then with Ostinato you send this one, you send Aria and Elegy, and you can pull out the lock that way too with Ostinato. Because at the end of the turn, the fusion monster gets destroyed, and then you special summon the 2 materials. So you summon Aria and Elegy. So Ostinato is still amazing to run. You pretty much want to run Ostinato on all your Diva decks. And first movement solo is really good still too. Bloom only requires 2 fairies too, so you can use any 2 Melodius Divas to summon her. But just make sure to get her off the field with the tribute cards. Because otherwise they'll just keep attacking her over and over again when she's in attack mode. And she can't go to defense because she's a Link monster. So you gotta tribute her away. So, thanks for watching. Check out the duels of this deck. And later.